When was that?
It was a couple months ago.
I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, probably January or so.
We got so many things in the archive. By the way, have we pinned down Stoney and Wojo for their celebration of Roberto Audio Battle Royale, where they are going to host the show with me?
They both seem interested, not committed, but interested.
That's the story of their life, though. That's what I mean. Honestly, forget it. Bottom line, Mike, by the end of April, if they don't commit to the date, then that's it. Then forget it. What did we decide on? July 17th?
Yeah, during the All-Star break. Their thing was they don't know if they'll be on vacation.
Oh, come on. What do you mean you don't know if you're going to be on vacation?
Well, then if you are, change your vacation.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm sure we can get it figured out. They'll do it.
Text coming in. The sad thing is, I think the Spurs could have beat the Warriors without Steph if Kawhi played. A missed opportunity. I agree with that. There's a lot of truth to that. Game 1 of the playoffs last year, before Kawhi got hurt, they were up by 25. No Curry, round 1. Kawhi comes back and is Kawhi. Yeah, I don't think that's ridiculous to suggest. Didn't we already see the Packers without Rodgers when Brett Hundley started last year? Yes, and they were awful. Wings made the playoffs for 25, but they were really only good for 20. Maybe 20 years is the max of a dynasty. I mean, in today's world, I think 5 years is a max. It's truly, the sports are designed for dynasties to not exist. Things like salary caps, free agency, the way the world works, it's designed for you not to have one. The NFL specifically is designed for parity. I want to know so badly how Leonard and the Spurs went south. Does Kawhi and King James in Los Angeles sound crazy? Chris at work. It doesn't sound crazy, but you got to remember something. You can get LeBron for free. You can sign him. Kawhi, you got to trade for. And there are very few teams in the league that have the goods to get Kawhi. You need assets, specifically draft capital. So you got to keep that in mind. I don't want to go down that road now. We have all summer to do it. But it's going to be a short list of teams. Now, I know Kawhi may have ideas on where he wants to play. That's all well and good. Those teams may not have what it takes to get him. But I don't see a way Kawhi Leonard comes back ever to play for the Spurs. I mean, he's got, 1 year left? Is that correct?
Right. A lot of the rumors are what is it, 2?
2 years left?
Oh, player option?
Yeah, but hold on. If you get him, you're signing him to the max. He ain't sitting there trying to go into the last year. God, what's the rumors?
A lot of the rumors that LeBron's pending free agency is going to be tied around Kawhi Leonard as well.
Okay, so LeBron goes to the Lakers. What does it mean?
That maybe they'll team up.
But how? How would the Lakers get him?
I don't know. I don't know all the financials of that.
No. Forget the financials. What are you trading me to get Kawhi Leonard? Here, I'll be the Spurs. Go ahead. What are you offering me?
I mean, you probably couldn't, frankly.
So then it's a non-issue.
I don't know. I mean, I think that's certainly some hot take stuff for sure.
I'll tell you where he could end up. You're not going to like it. Well, it's one.
Yeah, the Sixers.
Nah, you know the other. You know the other. It's going to make me sound like a homer.
Celtics?
Dude. All right, right here, right now, you look at the Celtics with all that treasure trove of draft picks they got, right? Celtics could turn around and go, okay, here's Terry Rozier, here's Jason Tatum, and here's the Kings pick next year.
Now, what about both Kawhi and LeBron to team up with the Warriors?
You can't. How do you do that?
No, because we hear the rumor. Oh. We hear the rumors about LeBron going to the Warriors.
I'm telling you, I think Kawhi. Another place I've heard mentioned with him is the Knicks. The problem, they only have two real pieces people care about: Porzingis and Ntilikina. You can't trade either one of those guys. I truly believe it's a limited market to get Kawhi Leonard because you've got to have lots of stuff. I mean, if the Celtics came to them and said, all right, here's Jaylen Brown, here's the Kings pick, here's the Memphis pick, you could do a number of things. There was a lot of chatter this year that if things went south in New Orleans, the Celtics were going to make a run at Unibrow. What do you think it was going to take to get Unibrow? A treasure trove. So keep your eye on it. Hey, listen, man, I think it'll be a wild summer. He's going to play somewhere. And you're right, Mike. They could do a three-way deal and get some things done, but the Lakers don't have any draft capital. They don't even have their own pick this year. their pick, if it ends up 1 or 6 or lower, it goes to Philly. If their pick is 2 through 5, it goes to Boston. So Lakers don't have a pick there. Kuzma has to be a foundational player. Lonzo Ball's got to be a foundational player. Julius Randle's a pending free agent. Who else they got that I'm missing? Brandon Ingram? Does Brandon Ingram move the needle? Not without the other stuff. Hey, maybe the Pistons can get him. Oh, wait. I'm busy reading articles in our newspapers about how they can't even keep Anthony Tolliver. What a sad state of affairs. I read the one today, and I don't know if it was Vinny or Rod. I forget what newspaper I was even reading. And it was, Tolliver's due a major pay raise to $6 million. Pistons may have to let him go elsewhere. Wow. Yeah, that's $6 million. It's a real crippler.
Whatever's going to help the Pistons easily make the playoffs. That's what matters. That's the goal here, guys.
Yeah, no, we discussed that. I'm not going back down that road. Your problem is you don't have anybody good who's cheap. And in this league, that's what counts. Yeah, you got Drummond. You might be able to move Drummond this summer. I think it's imperative that you do, because this league has gone to a positionless league. It's about spacing and shooting, and I think you could play Blake at the 5, go small ball, and then Blake can be a flex big man who plays away from the rim a bit. You can do some different things, but I just don't see the appeal to Drummond and Blake. You could move Drummond, but you're not going to get a ton because of the money. It's the same reason you got Blake for so little. The money. All the Clippers wanted was Blake gone because that contract was so bad. So they took Tobias Harris, who, look, Tobias is a good player. And he makes very little money by NBA standard. What's he make, $14 million?
Yep.
Very little money. They got Avery Bradley. They took a pop. Bradley had a bad year. They can let Bradley go. They got your first-round pick, so that'll be a top whatever. I mean, as long as you're not in the top 3 or 4, I think, are the protections, they get your pick, and they move on. They get financial freedom. The Clippers can go after LeBron. I don't think they'll get him, but they can go after whoever they want. They'll get a top 12 selection, and they get Tobias Harris for another year. And if Tobias isn't a part of their plans, guess what they'll do? They'll move him for more draft capital and keep it moving. To me, that's what you need to do with – you got to find somebody to take Drummond. You got to reorganize the payroll here. It's the same deal. You got John Lure making $10 million a year. Langston Galloway making $7 or whatever. You got to fix this payroll. It's all out of whack. Well, I feel like David just put his head down. Sully looked away from me. Did I say something wrong?
No, just depressing to think about.
Oh, Jesus.
That all these other teams are getting better and the Pistons just really can't.
I'm sorry.
Seem to.
All right, I'm sorry. I'll go to something else.
Makes me sad.
I'll go to something else. My God. I have a question.
Reality.
I know.